You're all about to find out why I was eating ramen noodles a couple times this year. What's up, everyone? I'd like to thank all the new subscribers for joining us, and for all those people that are returning after watching my last bit, the G1 versus the World video. I'd like to apologize to that one guy. No, I'm only kidding. Drinking an adult beverage while I'm going through this list. Yeah, I know, it's not a beer, it's a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Truth be told, I'm really not that much of a drinker. They're kind of tasty. I'm on a show called Blackout Shout with my boys Jed.
And Transformers are f***ing awesome.
And Levy.
I love black repaints.
With cameo appearances by Jefferson.
Ayy.
Just a quick note. This is not sponsored by The Chosen Prime, but that is where I get all my stuff. And with that said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get on with the countdown. This was supposed to be a top 10 list, but it's kind of hard to narrow down to 10 when I got as many cool things as I did this year. So I do have a couple honorable mentions. This is the Takara version of the Titan's Return Fortress Maximus. He's pretty damn cool. He's huge. If I hear the word Ollie's one more goddamn time, I pretty much collect masterpiece scale stuff. But seeing as how a Fort Max would probably have to be about the size of a 2-story house, I think this is as close as we're gonna get. I got a couple upgrade kits for him. I have 2 so far. I got the G1 gun, G1 style gun, and I also got the hip cannon and the Cerebros upgrade along with these hands, which is kind of cool. And I have one more coming, the one that upgrades the feet so he can kind of stand flat and gives him a little bit of an ankle rocker, which is pretty awesome. I wish they made upgrade kits for us. Oh.
My 12-inch wiener upgrade. It's the wrong color.
Honorable mention number 2, these Yes Model Seekers. I know there's a lot of people out there that feel a certain way about KOs. I probably feel the same way as you guys. I'm against it for the most part. I feel like if I designed something and somebody took my design and sold it for cheaper than I was selling it for, I'd be pretty damn pissed off. But there's certain situations where I'm okay buying them. The reason I feel it's okay for me to own these is because I own the originals. I don't know if that's the right way to think about it. That's the way I think about it. If I bought the originals, I can have the knockoffs. I have the MMC Ferrocons too. I also have the knockoff version of Ferro Rex. I don't own any knockoffs that I don't own the original version of. You take these S model versions and they are sturdy as hell. The cone heads that were put up by Takara had shaky hips, their legs were all over the place, the quality just was not the same as these. Those guys also came with a lot of accessories. My number 10, Bad Cube Grump. Like your mama during her heyday, he's getting by only on looks. This guy might actually lose a couple points based on his transformation because it was a pain in the ass. I was sweating at the end of it. Bastard. He looks the part. I mean, that is definitely a G1 gears right there. Comes with a couple accessories, a little welder bit. He has that little cassette tape. See if you can see it right there. From that one episode where he turns Decepticon. Stern gears right there. Smiley face, which is awesome. I just think it's kind of funny that they have an accessory or an option for the action figure for something that happened only one time with, in this case, him smiling, which I find hysterical. Kind of reminds me of my dad. My dad smiled one time. Doesn't even look like him. I think if my dad had an action figure, just like Gears here, I would display him with a smile on his face, just for the irony.
Sweet home fucking Alabama. I want to fucking murder somebody when I hear that.
Coming in at number 9, Transformation Drag Strip. I always forget the third-party names. Revolt. I think his name is Revolt. This thing is cool as hell. I like the 2 previous Thundercon cars, but this guy is just, he's just beyond those 2 figures. He's very cool, even as a standalone. Kind of looking forward to getting the set done. Not a whole lot of accessories, but as you can see, some pretty awesome paint apps, very detailed, posable as hell. You guys have to give me your opinion on this one. Leave me some comments. How do you feel about Masterpiece scale stuff that isn't actually cartoon accurate? As you can see, these guys are taken from the IDW designs, which I don't have a problem with. I look at that character, I see drag strip. Don't get me wrong, if it was the choice between this and a cartoon accurate one that was currently out, I would probably lean towards the cartoon accurate one. But seriously, that doesn't bother me one bit. I dig it. Pretty awesome looking. I had a Decepticon car once. I really couldn't break these 2 up, so I'm just counting them both as number 8. Vance Hobby Megatooth and Feilong. Feilong, I have no idea. It's Repugnus and Double Cross. These are awesome. I love them. These are really sturdy, well built. They feel like something that's been put out by a company that's done this before, not one of these companies that just popped up out of nowhere. Repugnus. The one thing that I hear some people saying about these guys is that they're a little too big, or they feel they're a little too thick, a little too squat. They're monster bots. They're supposed to be big. If somebody would have told me a couple years ago that there would have been third-party Masterpiece scaled monster bots out on the market at this point, I would have been pretty psyched about that. There's only one thing that makes me kind of sad. Characters like this that came along towards the tail end of G1, the fact that they're getting Masterpiece scale releases by third parties means one thing. I'm looking at the tail end of my collecting days. I said before I started collecting these Masterpiece scale figures that I was going to get 1 figure of each character in Generation 1. The fact that we're up to the monster bots, the end is near. That really got me to thinking, what am I going to do with that extra money? Number 7, Contact Shot. He's pretty damn cool. Just like the Monster Boss, this is one of those characters that's kind of at the tail end of G1. The first Masterpiece Target Master. Make Toys does a pretty nice job. That guy's toy accurate. Comes with a couple accessories, a visor style face. He's also got his helmet. A little bit more cartoon accurate. He was only like $130. Yeah, it's a Visa. Yeah, the number is Jesus. The official Takara Masterpiece Grapple. He's pretty much perfect. There's a little bit more sculpted detail on him than on Inferno. I don't remember seeing some of those details on the legs. Pretty damn cool looking. The one thing that amazes me about Takara's version of the fire engine / crane mold is the fact that the back is so clean. They made an entire crane disappear inside the body of that robot, and that just blows my mind. I did have Make Toys wrestle as my grapple. This guy's in, that guy's out. Or is he? Make Toys wrestle. Thanks for coming today. I have a little bit of bad news for you though. We found a better fitted grapple. I'm sorry. There's a spot open at Hauler though. One thing Takara's been doing pretty well lately is coming with the accessories. Come with that thing. That's a must-have. Got the crane grabber. Got an alternate grill. Scoop. Alternate helmet. The silver arm gun. The alternate smirky face. And the screwdriver. That's a nice amount of stuff. Do you remember where you were the first day that you saw the downbeat prototype? Me neither. Jazz is probably my favorite character from Season 1. MakeToys did a really nice job with this guy. He's sturdy, he's fun to transform, shoulder mounted rocket launcher, on or off depending on if you want cartoon accurate or toy accurate. Also have the option with the wings. Toy versus tune, he is near perfect. The only complaint I ever hear from people about this downbeat is the back bumper. Could it have been better? Of course. But answer me honestly though. How many of you people keep all your Autobot cars in alt mode facing the wall? There's only one time I let a back bumper make my decision for me. Accessories. Came with the speakers, the light show that goes on his hips. Got a couple of those alternate faces, and got the grappling hook. And it's pretty long. I'm pretty psyched on that thing. I mean, we have a Masterpiece G1 Jazz. Number 4, Fans Toys Solid. 3 out of my last 4 are Fans Toys products. And there's a reason for that. This thing looks awesome, and it weighs a ton. It's pretty sturdy. Fans Toys will very rarely let you down with their quality. Came with a couple of accessories. Flight stand base, stand itself. Came with the alternate fusion cannon. It's translucent orange as opposed to the solid one that I like to keep in. Came with a couple alternate faces. I don't really see them, but they're in there. Another chain came with that too. This thing, a lot of you were wondering what that's for. It has a couple uses. There's that. Number 3, MP Megatron. I was really happy when this thing came out of the box. I remember when I got a Paulian.
I mean, how is anybody ever gonna outdo this one?
I also remember when I got Despotron.
Yo, man. Yeah, mine just got here. That's it. Last money I'm ever spending on a Megatron.
Wrong again. It's not because Apollyon and Despotron were shitty figures. It's just because... I mean, really, just look at it. It's so beautiful. The only thing that people had a little bit of trouble with was the paint chipping on transformations. I'm not going to have to worry about that a whole lot because I'm probably really not going to transform them all that often. This thing is also the most posable transformer I've ever seen in my life. I know his form's a little off, but I mean, really, come on. I'm pretty sure that's it, people. I think that's the last Megatron I'm ever gonna own. Like the last couple masterpieces, he comes with a boatload of stuff. Silencer, this shoulder stock. I have the famous mace from the first miniseries. One of them is on a hanging chain, and you can replace that chain with a sturdy chain, just in case you're trying to have it sticking straight out. Got the alternate chest. It's over prime chest, a couple extra faces, the beat up face from the movie, got the mind control helmet, key to Vector Sigma, the sword from the movie, and last but not least, the murder weapon. In case one of you heartless bastards wants to reenact that scene. The moral of the story here is that third-party companies put out some killer stuff sometimes, but every once in a while Takara will just come out and flex their muscle. I'm pretty sure that was the case here. Number 2, Fans Toys Phoenix, Skyfire. Hey, you remember Kronos? Me neither. This thing is awesome. Just like every other Fans Toys product I own, he weighs a ton, he's sturdy as hell. One thing they got way better at is the face sculpts. I showed this guy to my friend Vanessa. She says he reminds her of John Travolta. Oh, you can't unsee that. Got some accessories. Comes with the adapter for the flight stand. Comes with a couple replacement blue eyes and another little chest plate like this one, so you can put the Decepticon symbol on it. I think that's kind of a cool touch. You can put his finger through the trigger. Skyfire was so big. Why was he getting his ass kicked all the time? Autobot Taxi. This will probably be the last Skyfire I'll ever buy. Maybe. My favorite figure that I got in this first half of 2017, Fans Toys Grinder. Fans Toys is pretty much my favorite third-party company. I have all their Dinobots. I really can't see replacing them. I don't know what it is about that character, Grimlock. When I was a kid, I was into three things: dinosaurs, robots, and sports. Grimlock was involved in all three. An Autobot Transformer that turned into a T-Rex. He did play football that one time, although he was adequately blocked at the line by Bumblebee. You can't let that happen, Grimmy. You gotta get to the quarterback. Got this extra head for Snarl. I also got the alternate Grimlock head with the red visor. An alternate top of the T-Rex head and the red eyes for the T-Rex. Got those little breakables that were on Swoop, some replacements. Also got a couple replacement faces for Swoop and Slag. The crown from the comic book. Takara is gonna have to blow the doors off of this thing, and I really don't know that that's possible. Thanks for hanging out and checking out my favorite things that I got in the mail in this first half of 2017. If you have any questions or comments, leave them right here for me. If you want to follow me on social media, the links are in the description. One last little tidbit about this Transformers countdown. I did the entire thing wearing no pants. It's kind of like The Sixth Sense, isn't it? Now that you know what you know, you want to go back and watch it again. Time for a tasty bowl of ramen noodles. Opinions on how you feel about Masterpiece